People in Murray are divided over a potential medium-density housing development that would be built among single-family homes.
As Fox 13's Spencer Joseph reports, the developer canceled a zoning meeting, which was supposed to be tonight, to hear their concerns.
So here is the notice that's posted out in front of that property. You can see this back orange one is the zoning hearing. Then in front of it, crossed out with big red letters saying, "We heard you," announcing tonight's meeting, hearing the community's issues about the development. It's the talk of the town.
I've listened a lot. There's a lot of chatter going on Facebook on that Murray Citizens page. There's a lot of private messages happening between neighbors.
A developer in Murray has started the process rezoning land at 935 Bullion Street in Murray, where a vacant building now sits, to put around 90 new townhomes or condos.
We figured that there was going to be construction back there at some point.
But John Clark, who lives right next to where the proposal is, doesn't like the plan.
It feels like the big city of Salt Lake and the high-rise developments are pushing into South Salt Lake, and we're right on the other side of that where it's going to be next.
If it matched the current residential landscape, I think people would be happy.
Besides from changing the landscape by adding development in a neighborhood with mostly family homes, there are a lot of issues, like traffic.
You're en route on Bullion to an elementary school, and that development would be right against a primary area of travel for those kids.
Plot 90 units and you assume, that there's going to be 1 to 2 people, adults in cars per unit. Suddenly we're at 150 more cars on roads are already congested.
Other things community members talked about were environmental concerns over a rumor this site could have been a dumping ground for a former smelting plant, as well as crime increases. But others in the community, like Lindsay Ross, are for the site. Her biggest concern is affordability.
A good development is something that's actually affordable for people with regular incomes.
But there was one thing they all agreed on. They're happy about Tuesday's meeting with the developer.
I do think it's nice that the developer chose to do that.
My hope is that they're being genuine and that there's some options on the table.
We're working together to make sure that it stays the way that we feel like is best for our families. And
I talked with Hamlet Development today. They're the group that is developing the property. They say they're glad to hear the community's input. Again, that meeting at 6:30 this evening over Zoom. And of course, we'll keep you up to date on Fox 13 News online and on air. In Murray, Spencer Joseph, Fox 13 News, Utah.